Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Luther Family Ford here on this beautiful February morning. Wow, we've fast forwarded to spring here for a few days. Hopefully this can last for a little while. My guess is that winter will have something to say about that before it's done, but we'll take it as long as we can get it. We're here for our monthly salute to law enforcement that we do at Luther Family Ford here. Great to be here and seeing so many of the team, as they always are good to come out and share a few minutes with us here as we recognize some of the great law enforcement professionals in our community. This is something that all of us at Flag Family Media really appreciate being part of as we get a chance to say some thanks to some people who really deserve it and encourage them as they go about the great work that they do protecting and serving our community. We are honoring today the West Fargo Police Department and here all month long as we do this salute, and want to say a special welcome to Chief Dennis Otterness. Dennis, thanks for coming today. Good to see you, and we'll be visiting with you here in just a minute as well, so thanks for being here with us today. I also want to say thank you and welcome to General Manager Brian Mosier here at Luther Family Ford. Brian, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yeah, thanks for doing this and having us here again on this beautiful February morning. The men and women of the West Fargo Police Department protect and serve our community 24/7, 365, and we're really glad to give a shout out to these local heroes. So with that being said, I'm pleased to introduce you to this morning's honoree, and while we are saying thank you to the entire department, there is one person that we are recognizing specifically today. So would you please join me in giving a big congratulations today to Officer Matthew Oldham. So Matthew, tell us a little bit about how this feels to you to be honored here this month in this salute.
Well, this is totally unexpected, but it's a great honor to be here and see the support of our team, and it's breathtaking.
Yeah, pretty cool thing. Yeah. Let me tell you a little bit about Matthew, and this nomination comes from Sergeant Craig Danielson, so we want to say thank you to him for putting this on the radar. I, Sergeant Craig Danielson, would like to nominate Officer Matthew Oldham for the Luther Family Ford Salute to Law Enforcement. Officer Oldham has done an outstanding job for the West Fargo Police Department, frequently going above and beyond his assigned duties. Whenever Matthew has been a field officer for several years and meets each new officer where they are at. Officer Oldham is committed to training new officers to be the best they can be, whether through spending time training on reporting or instructing on the range. He has always been viewed as a leader within the patrol division due to his decision-making skills, his work ethic, and overall knowledge. Recently, he was selected to be a K-9 unit handler paired with K-9 Thor. Officer Oldham and K-9 Thor were trained in Iowa and certified as an additional K-9 team for the West Fargo Police Department. Officer Oldham has dedicated himself to K-9 work and is willing to continue learning and improving with his new four-legged partner. Officer Oldham has had numerous successful scent detections utilizing K-9 Thor over the past several months. Pretty cool stuff. Matthew, did you always want to be in law enforcement, or is it something that grew on you as time went on?
It's something that grew on me kind of midway through my life. I have a lot of friends that are in law enforcement family, started doing some ride-alongs, got into that, enjoyed it a lot, and then I wanted to get into some aspect of it where I could kind of give back, and then I started my career with the Cass County Sheriff's Reserves Department, and I was donating my time on the weekends, during the week, then it got to be just about every day. So it came time to make the decision as to what I wanted to do, and I chose.
Might as well make some money at it since you're given that much time. Yeah.
Yep, so I ended a 18-year career at the City of Fargo and put myself through the police academy and was lucky enough to get hired with the West Fargo Police Department and enjoy doing it every day.
What was the difference going from the Sheriff's Office to the Police Department? How was that different than what you had done before?
It's a lot faster based, more calls for service, more interaction with people. When I was doing the Sheriff's Office, I was doing special events, like I was working at the fair, getting to interact with people there, and then I got myself certified, so I was actually able to work the road. But it just, living in West Fargo, growing up in West Fargo, my whole family's from West Fargo, it was an honor to come work for my department and serve my community.
What do you enjoy most about what you do?
Now it's my K-9. He keeps me busy. But I mean, all the aspects as a field training officer, taser trainer, firearms instructor, all that. It's the ability to help out, make our department better, and make it function each day.
Tell me a little bit about working with Thor, your canine partner. When this whole idea came about, was it you that kind of sort of nudged the chief to try to get this done, or did they come to you and say, hey, would you be interested in doing this? How did it happen?
Our previous handler, Assistant Chief Nielsen, he'd gotten his promotion, so I knew a dog spot was coming open, and that's what I wanted to do. I mean, my goal on the street is to go out and pull as much drugs off the street as I can. That's something I've always liked to do. I make a lot of stops, try to find it. With this position coming open, I could use the dog as an extra tool, make it that much better. So I just pushed myself towards it and said, this is what I want to do, and was lucky enough to get accepted.
Tell us a little bit about the relationship. I love talking about the canine units with these guys because I'm a dog lover. I just love dogs. And I wonder how it feels for you. Do you see Thor as a partner, a pet, a friend, a companion? How would you describe the relationship that you have?
All the above, but it really depends on the day too. I mean, there's days where you're doing training and he's excelling at certain parts, and then he's maybe not at other parts, and then you get a little frustration. You know, you build the bond with him that, you know, he's with you all the time. You know, so there is a close bond there, but he is, you know, a tool that we're supposed to use, but there is a bond there, and there's days where, you know, he's my best friend in the world, and then there's days where he might want to bite me, and we don't get along so well, so.
Kind of like having kids, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about how long you've been doing this now. How long have you been working with Thor, and tell us a little bit about that.
So I got Thor middle of March. He came here from Iowa. I got a two-week bonding period with him. Okay. So then in April, I went to Iowa in April for 4 weeks, where it was him and I training every day. Okay. So then I would come back on the weekends, then I would train with Assistant Chief Nielsen on bite work and other aspects of the dog. So it was a month-long training. Excuse me. And we still continue to train. Got a frog in my throat.
Yeah, no problem. While you're doing that, I have to tell you, I don't know if anybody's been over at Night to Unite in West Fargo when they do the drills and they bring the dogs out and show how quick these dogs are and how fast they go and just how focused they are. But that's a crazy sight. If you've not had a chance to do that, all you guys obviously have, but that is really fun to watch. When they release that dog, the guy's got a 100-yard head start, and they duct tape a bunch of balloons on him or whatever so he can't get hurt, and this dog just beams in on this guy and tracks him down in like 2 seconds, and it's really cool. They are machines, aren't they? You think of a dog as being, a dog, but these things are trained, thoroughbred machines.
Yeah, they're trained for a purpose, and they excel.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a treadmill for exercising our dogs, and that's one of his favorite things to do at the end of the day is I put him on there, and he'll run for 15 minutes wide open, and I mean, he's fast.
Malinois, what do you have?
He's a half shepherd and half Mal.
Okay, yeah. The Belgian Malinois, those have become kind of a preferred dog for those canine partners there. I guess I got to ask you before we finish up, though, Matthew. You talked about I wanted to get out, do the canine duty, get drugs off the streets. Have you had some experiences like that where you've had a chance to get out there and do that work and seen that really pay off for you?
Yeah, I've had quite a few alerts now with Thor where we found narcotics. I've seen what it does to people. I've seen, the worst of people when they're on it and how it hurts families and stuff. And if I can do my part to take a little bit off, make it better for somebody, that's what I strive for with him.
What does it mean to you today to see so many of your colleagues here with you, supporting you today?
That's what's so great about our department is the support, the close unity, the family-like atmosphere. I mean, there's nobody in our department that you can call and say, hey, I need some help right now, and they're there for you. And that's huge for West Fargo. That's huge for me working for this department.
I want to talk to Chief Auditor here a little bit too. Dennis, thank you for coming here today. Thanks for all you and your team do to protect the community. When one part of our community is served by good law enforcement, it helps everybody, Moorhead, Fargo, and everybody as well. Tell us a little bit about this gentleman to your right. And we've read the biography, we've talked about the experiences, but just speaking, just from the heart, what does he mean to your team?
Well, I think, Matthew epitomizes kind of the work ethic and the drive and devotion of all of our officers on the department. But I think one of the things that really sets him apart is, there's kind of a running joke around our office. Even when he's on his days off, you'll see him kind of around the office and checking in on people and doing different things. And I think it's that that drive and that commitment, that dedication to our department and in our community that really helps him set himself apart. And that is really shown, I think, through the commitment that he has to training. A lot of people on our department, whether it's he listed off a few things. He's a field training officer for our brand new recruits. He's a firearms instructor, a taser instructor. He's taken on a new responsibility as a canine handler. So just the overall, his work ethic, the dedication, I think, to our department and the community is really a testament to Matt. So I couldn't be happier, more proud to be here with him today.
Whenever we get this chance to visit with one of our leaders in law enforcement, I like to ask a little bit about what's happening in the community, trends and different things like that. We know that drugs are a big issue, and there's way too much of it on our streets, and we see those stories in the headlines every day. And so I know that that's something that is keeping you all busy. Tell us about that and maybe other things that you're seeing in the community right now that your team is very aware of and being kept busy with.
Well, certainly there's been I think a highlight lately over the course of the last several months about overdose issues that we're having in our community with the prevalence of fentanyl and some of the counterfeit look-alike pills that we're dealing with in our community. But it's a nationwide problem, and I think probably one of the biggest challenges that we have moving forward as a department, metro area, and certainly for our community is the narcotics issues that we have coupled with mental health issues. And so our calls for service continue to increase in the city of West Fargo. Fortunately, I think we're still crunching some of our numbers from 2022, but I think overall we're going to see another decrease in crime in West Fargo, which is, I think, a testament to the work that the men and women on the department do day in and day out, and our partnership with everybody in our community. We certainly can't do it alone without the support and partnership of everybody in our community. And I think that's what makes West Fargo really special as a place to live and a place for all of us to be able to come in and work every day.
We were talking a little bit about the different things going on in the community and the number of people that you have, and because of the good staff you have, it's one of the big reasons why we're maybe seeing a good movement in the numbers of incidents being reported there. And I was wondering about your staffing levels. I know every organization in the world, it seems like, is looking for people. How are you doing right now? Are you fully staffed, or are you looking for some more people yet? Tell us a little bit about that.
We're doing really well. We, as you probably are aware, we're given 5 additional sworn positions, police officer positions, as of January 1, and we are filling those actively as we speak. So we really are sitting at our full strength from 2022, and we've got some folks in field training right now, and we've got some conditional job offers out. We anticipate 3 more officers starting with us in March. So we're going to be we'll be sitting fully staffed relatively soon, and that's with our positions that we were granted as of January. So we're again, I think a testament to a great city to work for. A lot of support from our city elected officials and city leadership and people in our community. We've been very fortunate to maintain a really good staffing number and level throughout kind of all this crisis. So we're doing really well.
Great. Well, thank you, Chief, for your time and your team and all that you guys do. Thanks so much.
Appreciate you and Luther Ford and the support. This means a lot to the men and women of the police department. So thank you very much.
Well, we love doing it. I know Brian would say the same thing. And Brian, we do this each time around, but I want to give you a minute too, just to say what you have from your heart today to these folks and everybody here today from West Fargo PD.
Well, it's like Joel Bechtold used to say, he feels like a broken record when he says this, but we are truly appreciative of everything you guys do, and we like to think that we're safe all the time, and you guys provide that safety for us. So it's really an awesome deal for us to be able to pay this a little bit forward or back to you guys and have this every month.
Yeah, we feel the same at our company too. Thanks, Brian, for supporting law enforcement the way you do and for doing this every month here with us.
Yeah, thank you.
So this is just a part of what we'll be doing here this month to honor West Fargo Police Department. The gang here at Luther Family Ford not only showing up today in great numbers as they always do, but Luther Ford is also donating a $100 gift card to Officer Oldham today. And Matthew, you were telling me a little bit earlier that there's an organization that means something to you in this community that we can go ahead and forward that to. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, the Humane Society for Dogs and Cats. I mean, as a canine handler, taking care of that pet, having pets at my house, the more help that we can give them to make it better for them, the better off we are. So.
Yeah, Homeward Animal Shelter will be receiving this donation, and they'll be able to use that for tires, oil changes, whatever that they would wish to use that for their organization. So thank you, Brian, for doing that. That's another cool part of this as well. Sandy's Donuts also saying thank you. We'll be delivering some goodies here to Luther Family Ford as well as the West Fargo Police Department. Y'all can fight over who's going to get the donuts a little bit later today. We have created an honoree section on our website, am1100theflag.com, where you can read a little bit about Matthew and all of the honorees that we have done in this program as well. And we'll be inviting Matthew to join us on the Need to Know Morning Show with Kevin and Alex on AM 1100 The Flag as well. And at our company, we kind of the last thing we like to say during this ceremony is at our company, when law enforcement gets involved and the stories make the news, when officers may discharge a weapon or have to get actively involved in a situation, that in our coverage and with our programs and our news coverage as well, that we give the benefit of the doubt to the men and women who are trained to do those things and that understand the implications and the repercussions oftentimes of those actions that are taken. So we respect them and appreciate the times that they do what they need to do to protect and keep our community safe. So with that, we'll say thank you again for joining us here on am1100theflag.com. And one more time, let's give a nice big round of applause to our salute honoree this month, Officer Matthew Oldham. And we'll be back again in what will feel like about 10 minutes probably for the March salute to law enforcement. The time goes by fast. And we'll see you next time here on am1100theflag.com.
Out. Sits.